Welcome to the Harnessing Your Divine Feminine show, hosted by Andrea Bagby. We believe that when you give a woman an opportunity, you give her the world. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our videos.
Hi, thank you for watching this episode of Harnessing Your Divine Feminine, where we give women opportunities and so that they can change their world and it ripples out to other people's worlds. And today we have Cindy Sherwood, one of my closest friends, and she has this amazing story of like tragedy to triumph and how she came into her spiritual gifts, and she's going to channel our first time ever on the show where she's going to channel her spirit guide. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Grateful to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit how you came into this.
Oh, wow. Well, let's see. I think it started years ago when I always knew that what people were telling me, there was more.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And always searching for more because
Right.
I felt like there was an inner something going on, that it couldn't just be this.
No.
Right? It can't just be this all day.
You can't just work and die, right? We're not working, paying bills and die.
Right. And that happiness, where was that? I couldn't find that.
It's the story of so many women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It like my heart was broken. And I did it myself with my thoughts.
Right. That's deep, isn't it? I say that sometimes. I'm like, I hurt my own feelings. I've said that before.
Yes. With my just thoughts of, I would find that if I thought one thought, it made me feel pain. But if I thought something else, it didn't.
Right.
So just trying to find people that kind of related with that. They're metaphysical. Yeah,
right,
surprise.
Exactly.
I did go to a lot of churches trying to find God because I thought God was the answer to everything. He is, however, in a different way.
Right. Expression.
Love.
Expression, right? And love. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, just love. So I think once I realized that, I was a student's minister, and the more I became engulfed in the Bible and the more I became engulfed in church, Spirit started speaking.
Right? And then
Spirit got loud.
Yeah, you couldn't fit in that box, could you?
No.
No.
It was hard because it's like, I remember trotting through life and drugs and alcohol, like many people, to soothe the pain.
Right.
Just soothe the pain.
Right.
Yeah, like, give me it. What do you got? Give me some more. Give me some more drugs, alcohol, whatever you got. Let me slam it because it makes me feel better.
Right.
And it made me feel better,
Absolutely.
And I wanted another way because coming off of that, after you have your high and you get it, then you're always chasing it, right? Because it never feels good as the first time.
Never. I know. Never. I mean, chasing the dragon. Right.
Yes.
Right.
So I wanted more. I just wanted more. And I remember fighting that, honestly, in religion.
Mm-hmm.
However, I really delved in and I really let Spirit speak. And those are the fruits of the gifts. That's what I remember reading about, the fruits that Jesus gave us, or whatever. The fruits.
Right.
And I started, I want that.
Yes.
That feels really good. It was like singing to me and speaking to me. But then the church shut me down. They slammed the door on me because they were like, oh, no, you can't talk to God. Oh, no.
You can't actually No, God's right there. Like only, certain people have that connection with God in the church. That's just a myth.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, that was my experience of it. And then the more I started seeing, like I was sitting with a beautiful woman that was in the church, and I was sitting with her and I saw a little dog jump up on her bed, a little white dog. Mm-hmm. Well, I was like, I'm going to tell her this. Like, what am I going to say? So I was like, so how's your dog? She was like, oh, he's fine, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing she even had one, I saw it so in my imagination.
Right.
And I said, oh, yeah, what color is it? Because I didn't want to And she's like, oh, it's a little white little poodle.
And you were like, oh.
And I was like, wow. Internally,
right?
you know, I was like,
right.
yes. So then I never told her that, actually. I never said anything about that because of church. And then somebody else, I had a close friend, and I remember speaking to her about it, and she told me that, you know, that was of the devil and that I couldn't do that because that was wrong and I was going to get hurt really bad from doing things like that. So then I went to John Edward and I started the mediums. I started listening to Sonia, John Edward, Doreen, because back then there was an internet. Believe it or not.
I remember,
internet.
like watching Sylvia Brown, like once a month on like Montel.
Yes,
I would record it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was all we had.
Yeah, that's all we had. So I remember getting books and tapes. Yes, tapes, you know, and just delving in and trying to learn, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? Where is that coming from? And just listening to the tapes and doing the meditations.
Absolutely.
You know, started with that, and it just, and then I was like, I remember saying, how am I gonna do a reading? I want to do a reading. And life, spirit just guides you.
Always.
Just guides you. And I'm like, I'm in the Bible Belt. I was in Canton, Georgia. There's no, it was, and back then, you know, this was in the 90s.
Oh, in the 90s, it was even like, Canton's gotten a little better now, but like back then it was very much, you were just going to hell.
Yes.
And with a first class ticket. Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of booted out of 2 churches, you know?
Right.
It was my decision to leave. Like, them trying to fix me. I'm not broken.
You're not broken.
I don't want to be broken. That's why I'm here, is to grow. You're suppressing. You're trying to suppress me, and I want to shine. I don't want to be suppressed.
No, none of us should be suppressed.
So that's what I was feeling like. Whether that was true or not, I don't know, but that was just what was going on with me.
Right.
And so learning that, and I remember trading with somebody, a reading, let me try this, and it just fell into place. And then I was at a shop, but I still was broken.
Right.
I was still doing the work, but sitting with somebody else and allowing their spirit to shine through. I was holding myself in my spirit to be able to see their spirit. And that made me feel good. So it wasn't really the readings of the other people. It was the feeling that the place I had to be in to be able to do that is what inspired me to keep going.
Exactly.
Because you have to fill your heart with so much love to be able to open up that channel.
Exactly. You have to.
Yeah. And that's what drives me to continue.
Yes.
Finding that space.
Yeah, it is. So I have witnessed you channel Mia.
Yes. Maya.
Yes. Okay. So what is Maya like?
You know, she's only come through a couple times. And there's a little bit of, with me, when I can focus and settle, it feels beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know, it feels beautiful. So I feel, I mean, you know, wondering where all that comes from, I'm not quite sure. It's very, I feel like usually it's like a collective energy, and we put names to things, I think. And we do. I wanted a name, and so I asked, and that's the first thing that came out, MYIA. And, you know, I don't know. So it changes. The feeling does change some. That was a very feminine feeling in channeling. So I don't know what's going to happen or who's going to come, or if it even is, if I can hold it long enough, because I still get kind of a little bit nervous sometimes and pop out in and out. So, you know.
You want to try? You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So let's invite her in.
Okay,
and
so
just you let me know when she's here.
Okay, I will. I'm going to use both of you. Okay. Cameraman too. There's a cameraman back there.
Yes.
And hopefully everybody else too, because this morning when I was doing my meditation, I felt like there's going to be watchers that will hear certain things that they need to hear. So with that being said, if you guys would just send lots of love, and even you guys just send lots of love and open your heart, and just, if we all can just experience and hear what we need to hear.
So we're holding space.
We're holding
We're
space.
holding space.
Yes.
Okay.
If you would do that and you would do that, just hold space
we're
for
holding
me.
space.
And let's see what happens. I will talk my way through it. I will talk my way through what I'm doing. So I'm just taking deep breaths so I can clear my mind and control my thoughts so there are none. I'm going to go feel a deep, deep space, a bright light shining down into the earth, going all the way down, down as far as it can go. A bright light shining through the earth, up through my heart center and out, swirling and surrounding around me, expanding, feeling grateful for the universe, the birds, the butterflies, the planet. Grateful for being able to participate. And then move up to spirit. And take that white light, throw it through my heart, all the way up to the top of my head, as high up as we can go. I'm going to move over and ask the right spirits to come through. Be with us today. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us today.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Thank you.
Collaboration today.
Yes.
We have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit. As we transition, our lines of communication are flowing. There's some of us in the backdrop, also waiting.
Yes.
Do you have questions for us?
Yes, of course. What is our sort of global purpose?
Global purpose for your lights to shine.
Shine.
Your beings are all with every one of you walking.
Yes.
As your physical selves walk the planet, your spiritual selves walk with you hand in hand. Although a lot of you can't see them, a lot of you can't be with them, touch them, feel them, but we are active and we are here and we are glowing and we are joining and sparking to pull that out for you. When you can be in that moment and be in that strength and be in that place of gratitude and love, those your lights shine. And as they shine, we see you. And the planet gets a better place. There is a grid that is above us, and it shines bright in spaces and is darker in spaces, and that is why the planet has its ups and downs, and you have to stay where the light is, and all of you are in control of that. All of you are in control of that light space. So if that light space is shining bright, that is when the planet heals and is always good. The planet never needs healing. The planet is perfect. But the people do need lots of healing.
Yes.
internally.
What is going to happen to humanity?
Oh, humanity will be around for ever.
Forever.
We will never, you will always want to come back into these bodies and experience
Yes.
these lives.
Yes.
Your life. People transition when they go home, but you'd be surprised at how fast they want to come back
Yes.
again, just to experience.
How is AI affecting this?
I feel that your sense of AI is a good thing. There is a lot of good in it.
A lot. Yes.
However, obviously with all good comes bad. We're all good, there's evil. So finding those balances, you are going to have it in hands of people that aren't very bright and shining, and you're going to have it in the hands of the people that are amazing.
Yes.
Stay on that side.
Stay on the side of life.
Yes. And
Yes.
the power and the beauty that will come about your technology is always going to continue to grow
Yes.
and change.
What is the future like as far as virus and disease?
Virus and disease has been in our planet forever. Forever. It changes, grows, goes away, and comes. And there isn't a specific thing that when people, she's fading a little, but I have a drop of information. Viruses. When our world people have exit points. A lot of people are wanting to leave. And it doesn't sound natural. There is an order. And sometimes in this world, they can't find their peace. And so they want to go back home, right? So your disease and population and things, these, whether you think so or not, these people really have chose to go. You don't know what is in the inner working of humans.
Right.
You don't know. So they will come and go. And it isn't a bad thing as we think that death is over and the loved ones that are left here, yes, they can choose to suffer. Mm-hmm. However, you will be with your loved ones again very soon. Very, very soon. Mm-hmm. Not today, but soon. And it will not be like they ever left. So the disease is a way for exit points to happen for people to transition over.
Yes.
It is not a bad, it sounds like a bad, horrible thing. However, it is a way to move on quickly that you can't do it on your own.
Right.
And the ones that are strong and ready and even willing to move will not pick up these diseases and go.
No, no.
They will not touch you.
No.
There are some that had never even had a cold.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Their lights shine.
Their lights shine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Yes, there's a lot of hope for humanity.
Massive hope for humanity. Humanity is beautiful. Humanity has never been anything but marvelous.
Yes.
It is the thoughts and the processes and the emotions of the people that lose hope.
That lose hope, right?
But it's always there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always there.
It's always there. Mm-hmm. A few more questions?
Yes.
The political status of the United States.
The political status of the United States right now is in a bit of an uproar.
Yes.
However, there is nothing that an individual at this time can do if you are engulfed in the chaos.
Right.
If you are engulfed in the chaos and the hate, you will stay there.
Yes, you will. I've seen
So
it.
the best way to get through it all is to find love for all of everyone.
Of everyone.
And as you do that, as you feel that, and some people say, how can I like Republicans? How can I like Democrats? I can't, I hate them all.
Right.
Right? But it is not those people. It is those policies and situations that they do all think that they're doing better. Are they? It's will be shown, it will be seen. But as for us, our job is to bring love.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And anything other than that is a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And the more people that can do that, you will see the shift. You will see the change. You will see the change in your cabinet. You will see the change in your leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And as those things happen, the greatness does flow. But there is light that does need to be shined through the individuals.
Thank you. And the children that are coming in are more and more light workers. They're just the new children, the new generations.
Yes, they are. They are. They are. And you do have a lot of children coming in with autism
Mm-hmm.
and special needs. And there's a lot of that out there right now. And they come just to be loved.
Yes, just to experience love.
Just to be loved.
Yes.
So the parents, the caregivers out there caring for these beautiful, beautiful children, just love them.
Mm-hmm.
Just love them. And you will find that the gift that they will give back to you, that pure positive love, is something you can never find anywhere else. And that's why they pick to come that way.
Yes.
Believe it or not, we do all pick to come here.
We do. Yes. We decide we want to come and we have a purpose.
You should see all of the people that collaborate as we all collaborate together up there before
Yes.
our transitions in the womb.
Mm-hmm. We decide, okay, we're going to do this and you're going to need these parents. And like Cindy's going to need these parents in this community in this church to develop the gifts to help the people.
Absolutely.
So that's the collaboration. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. Isn't it?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
amazing when we think how many people support us.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And more psychics and more mediumship gifts are coming into the world.
They are. We're opening and expanding.
Yes.
So that's what it is. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Bringing that. And it brings hope and healing to people, painting a picture of somebody who has lost a loved one and painting them back to life for just a few minutes shows them that they're not gone.
Right.
That their physical bodies are gone, but they're not gone.
No.
And and they're okay. You know, I know that there's a lot of religions out there. The suicide rate was pretty high for a while. People just really strong. They were ready to go and they took themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
And the strength in that, you know, you see that and you think, some people think, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that. And where are they now? Where are those poor souls now? But they're fine. They're fine.
Absolutely.
They're doing good.
Suicide victims, they go to the light.
They go actually very fast. They go right
Yes.
to the light
Yes.
and collaborate and ready to come back again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the drugs and the alcohol can have some harsh realities on people when they unfortunately soak themselves in it. Sometimes that can really, really damage your emotional spaces.
We overdo.
Yeah.
An addiction, what would you say to people that are suffering with addiction right now?
I would say that you're on your journey and you're ready to be done.
Right?
You're ready to be done and you're ready to be over. You wouldn't be listening right now.
Yes.
You would not be listening right now if you were not ready to find another way.
Right.
And the other way is to forgive yourself. Allow yourself to forgive yourself in the minute and create a new life. Creating a new life. And you can do it. You call in your spirit, surrounding people like us who are there to help, who are waiting on a shelf, waiting for you to turn to us. Just waiting for you to call on us so that we can comfort and love internally and heal you internally.
Yes.
We're sitting on shelves waiting. We'll never go.
Yeah.
We'll never leave your side. We'll always be there, just waiting for when you're ready.
When I see clients, I get, when very, very bad things happen to people.
They do.
Very bad things. Rape, murder, addiction, severe mental illness. What's your message to those people?
Find hope. Find hope. Unfortunately, living in the past, things happen. Contrast happens. And in that contrast, there is a reality of a brighter, better life. And that's what you need to look forward to.
The epidemic of severe mental illness. There is a light around that.
There is a light around that. Severe mental illness, they've tuned away. So their tuning skills have dimmed. If they can find a spark, you would see a change.
Yes, they could find light, hope around.
Yes, if they can, that starts with the hope. If they can find that spark, they will feel the change. There is a condition. They condition themselves like that when other people put labels and people believe, and you can take a normal person and turn them into a schizophrenic.
You can. I've seen it happen. It's very sad.
Yes. So you have to be careful with the words, the belief system. But internally, we're strong. And we can overcome anything. Some won't make it, but others will. And in that, that's where you want is the will of the person to be strong enough to break through.
Yes.
And anyone can.
Anyone can. Exactly.
You find anyone can personally.
Yes. The homelessness that we suffer with in America right now, that we sit with.
Homelessness is a huge problem in the United States.
Yes.
It is a huge problem. You will see people find their way. You will see it's hard to think that this is what they would want, but they have a journey. And what looks to you like pain and suffering is not as bad to them. You suffer more than they do.
When we look at them and think, the disempowerment that comes with perhaps Skid Row in California or driving under bridges in Atlanta.
Any person in Skid Row can come out.
Okay.
When they're ready and if they choose to.
Right.
Any person. Any one of them could pick themselves up, clean themselves up, and come out.
Yes.
They have the power in themselves to do that. They have the power as they find their spirit again. Immediately would be sucked right out of those holes.
Right. And the GMOs in our food supply.
Your food supply is changing. Your food supply is changing. There's a lot of works and mechanics and everything.
Yes.
With the truckers and as it moves across and as everyone, experiences and makes money, but you will always be provided for.
Always.
You will always be provided for. There will always be opportunities and options, and everything is always working out. even though sometimes we like to see only the bad, or we like to look at only the chaos, there's an order to it all. There really is an order to it all. And you don't have to live in the chaos.
No, none of us do.
You can choose to see it another way.
When this drops, when we hit another bottom out in the United States, what's your advice to people listening?
There will be many who won't see it. There will
Okay.
be many who won't experience it.
Okay.
And those are the ones that have found their way.
Okay. So that's the division of
Yes.
5D and 3D.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There will be many that will never be touched or harmed. Or even it is where you put your focus.
It's where you
Where
put
you
your
put your
intention.
focus. Where you put your
Yes.
intentions. Yes. And who you call upon.
Yes.
Be careful calling upon the darker entities,
Absolutely.
because they are there.
Yes.
As much as we are, they are.
And they lie.
And they lie. Yes.
So when people are in this field and they're fearful of having those darker entities around, what's your advice?
Fear brings them.
Yes.
If you're fearful, don't do it.
No.
I don't think, if you are in fear, you shouldn't be doing this work.
Right. Exactly. And over time, the darkness will continue to fade.
Absolutely. And in intention, you can, when you raise your awareness, there is no fear. So obviously fear can jump in, fear can move its way in, but you can also move it out just as quickly. Jesus had fear at the end.
Yes.
And it was his most broken time.
Right.
So as you see, we need to make sure that you keep your heart pure.
Yes. Communities, in strong, resilient communities. So when fear moves in, or when people are having high anxiety, fear leads to high anxiety.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. It does. In your body, we have a, I feel her gone.
Okay.
I feel her gone.
Thank you.
The
energy is shifted.
energy has shifted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what her message was for us today.
Yeah. Must have been. That was different because, it pulled right out. I don't know. See, and that's the thing, is I don't know if that's me that does that.
Right.
Or them that just leave, because
I
that's,
think a little bit of both,
could be.
a little, I think your energy field, like you have to replenish your energy and then they'll come back, like your body,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
channeling, because you're channeling.
Yeah. And I could feel the coming lower, not lower, but I could feel the change.
You got
a
more
little bit.
dense, and your body grounded.
Yeah.
You grounded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So people do that. That was amazing.
Thank you.
You moved ego away
Yes.
so that you can connect with a higher source.
Yes.
And you delivered messages of love and light.
Yes.
So that takes courage and bravery. So thank you. Yes.
Thank you for allowing that to unfold.
Yes. So when you came into this and I met you, you've come a long way in a short period of time.
You were my teacher.
You were like, I don't know if I should be doing this or what I'm doing, but I'm here.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, let's do this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You were, I think, one of my best teachers to be able to allow me to be who I am,
Thank you.
to open that up
Yes.
for me.
So that was an amazing few months we had together.
Yes.
Right?
I loved it. I loved the classes, loved taking the classes, and being able to be in that space where you believed in me
Of course.
and didn't judge.
No.
Because that's the hardest thing, is to see that. And now I don't care. But back then you can rip the rug right out of
Right?
it,
I teach people to wave their flag. I'm like, girl, wave your flag. It's fine. It's fine. So when you are, what would you tell somebody who's like, I think I have gifts, I'm not sure what to do with them, or if I should be doing anything with them?
You have them. We all have them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of inevitable. It's inevitable once you start diving in. I've been on Facebook. We have a little Facebook group, and just watching these women having a reading with them and knowing that they are doing it and giving them the power to be who they are.
Exactly.
They just flourish, and it takes practice, and we need more people spreading love to others.
We do.
We need more people giving people believing eyes.
Yes.
To believe in them. Because you don't find that more. A lot of people are just trying to stuff out other people so they can get ahead, and that's hard.
Well, that backstabby energy, instead of believing like, now you work here.
Yeah.
Now you're a professional intuitive.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
So, and I just always came from the belief system, like, there's enough for us all to shine.
Absolutely.
All of us. Right. So then I just sort of was like, yes, girl, go shine. And I didn't have to do much. All of a sudden, the owner was like, well, we hired Cindy. I was like, yes. I didn't have to put that much effort. I just sort of was like, let's all shine together.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And now you invited me to another women's retreat, and like, it's just rippling, the ripple effect, right? And I just can't wait to see where you go from here.
Yeah.
Like, and you moved fast. Like, once you set that intention, you were like, okay. And you came to me with the story of like, just what else is behind your story, because what you didn't know, because we had a small class, right?
Right.
Now my classes are like booming. Like, we have like a full, like, when you were down here teaching law of attraction last week, I was upstairs, and like, we had basically standing room only upstairs.
Wow.
And I was like, I came Friday, I was like, I'm going to need the big room next week. And they were like, no, because Cindy's class is full too. And I was like, that's awesome. I was like, so,
wow.
Yeah, that's so cool, because we just give each other that space to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing how it's happening.
Yes, it is.
Being in the receiving mode, I think that's it, right?
That's
Being
it, right?
in the receiving mode.
And just believing anything can happen and letting go of attachment.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
That's the biggest message, I think.
So when you came to me, your story was really not uncommon.
Yeah.
The things you would come to me every week and like sort of uncover about your soul, your soul's journey. It wasn't I've heard similar stories.
Yeah.
About like you followed the rules. You did the thing, you got married, you had the corporate job. You were like, ooh, but now I've got to come see you, because people typically don't get in this industry because things just went well. Right? People are, my life was like so good, I just decided to come take a class.
Right.
I know. So what else would you like to share about your story, just as like a woman and trying to raise a kid and have a husband and do the job thing and check the boxes?
So interesting story. I didn't know if I would go here or not, but I think I will. Vivid, just vaguely. We did have, I think when the biggest transition happened was, there was my daughter went through a traumatic situation, and I couldn't help her. And I kept trying, trying to fix, trying to help, and I just couldn't. And it was really, really, there was a lot of contrast in it. And I remember just praying and asking, help me. What do I do? Help me. I had to heal myself.
Yes, that's the hard part, right? Of course you can tell your daughter what to do, but your daughter's only going to be fixed when you heal yourself, right?
That was the biggest lesson I learned.
Right.
Was like, okay, I see she's going through this, but you gave me this situation and this problem to deal with so I could find who I am, so I could love myself. And I had to do a lot of work.
Yes.
A lot of internal work to do that, to push away those bad thoughts, those horrible things. Why did this happen to us? Oh my God, why did this happen to my daughter? Why, just mad at everybody. Mad at everybody. This shouldn't happen to our family. Who, why?
Like, we're good people.
We are, yes. We're doing the thing. We did it right. Why does this horrible situation have to happen to us?
Right.
Well, because how are you going to deal with it? It's not what happened to you. It's where do we go now?
Right.
How do we move forward
Exactly.
in the best possible way?
Right.
How do we move forward? We're here to live. We're here for love and light, and we're here to enjoy life. And it sounds really simple. Why we don't, I don't know.
Right. Right. While we bring in these huge tragedies for growth, we like growth. I think humans just like growth.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because to look at you and to meet you, I'm like, okay, this woman's got it pretty together. Right? She came in. She's like, I want to learn. I work this day job. I have a husband. We live in Atlanta. And then as we uncover more pieces of your soul, and you were like, but these were my growth moments, and I'm still healing from that, and I need more tools of empowerment.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, courage to even come to the classes.
Yeah.
Because so many women, they're like, oh, I just can't even bring myself to take that step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even bring myself to get in the car and drive to see Andrea. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not trying to be intimidating. Just come and hang out, right?
Yes.
Come and hang out.
It'd be the best thing you've ever done.
Yes.
If you can find the courage to do that, really.
And so you did it.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And you sort of had this toolbox already. You had a toolbox already
Mm-hmm.
because you had done all this stuff. And now you're at this place of more growth and you're like looking for where your next career move is going to go.
Yes.
So now you sit upstairs on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens if somebody wants to get in touch with you? Cindy takes clients all over the world in person or on the phone, right? Or Zoom. You do Zoom?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like we will be.
So, like, what happens when someone's like calls you on the phone? And it's so when they'll be sitting in their car, like hiding from their family, or like in their bathroom offices sometimes. I'm at work, I'm in the bathroom. Or like, so what happens if somebody calls you and is like, hey, I need help, or this is what I'm going through? What happens there?
Well, usually I try to, first I center like I did before, and it's not always channeling, but I'll center and listen for their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So really the main goal, they call it psychic readings and all that, and there is, but really the main goal is to drag them to their inner self, their inner spirit, so that they can find that, so that you don't need anybody to call. You don't need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I realize that you maybe need that spark and pickup, but you can really do this and live freely, openly on your own.
Yes.
And that's the empowerment that I know you teach, and I know that, collectively that's what needs to go out. So hopefully being able for them to find themselves again, give them that height of, and a lot of times being in the presence of somebody who is merged with their spirit will merge you with your own.
That's it.
And then all the answers come.
Right. Because people call and they want predictive, like they want something predictive. They want to be like, when am I going to get the job? When am I going to get the man?
Yeah.
And it's never about the job or the man. Right?
Never.
Ever. It's never about the job or the man.
Never.
Right?
Never. Because you may think that that's what you want, but ultimately you just want to be happy. Because if you get that man, you think you're going to be happy. If you get that job, you think you're going to be happy.
Right.
You can be happy right now.
And that's only really when you find the job or the man, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. So when you're like, okay, so you use cards, or do
I
a little bit?
Yeah. I mean,
I know I don't have to use. Sometimes I'll go for like a few days to like without like drawing the cards.
Yeah.
You're really a no tools girl, right?
If I'm on the phone, I don't use the cards.
Right. I don't either because
but
I'm
people
like
the cards. Some people like the cards.
Yeah.
So I can use them and I can read them, but really it's all coming in intuitively.
Right.
It's all coming in.
People can call and ask you anything about anything.
Yeah.
Right. And you've probably done it all. Or heard it all, or seen it all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as long as when, the best, I think, way when people do call in is to just come with an open heart and just have your questions, obviously, if you want to ask questions, but just have an open space, because a lot of times people take a minute to relax before you call and to be in a receiving space, because a lot of times messages come through and people don't hear them. I will share a story of a client that I had, obviously without names, but she had called in, and as we were talking, her grandmother came through by name. And I remember hearing Rose, and I said, I am getting a female, I'm feeling a female, and her name is Rose. And she says, that's my grandmother's name. And as I went on to see what else I could get, she said, but I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear what is my boyfriend doing right now?
Right.
And I was like, okay, we did, I said, I'm sorry, let her go and move forward. But I found that shocking, not in a bad way, but just in a way, it showed me that if you're not in the space to hear spirit, you won't.
Right.
You have to be in that place of openness and receiving to be able to get the messages that spirit has for you. And that so you can get out of that tumbleweed, and move to freedom.
And Rose was probably going to give her like information, solid information, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, because only when we can get in, find our soul, can we really fully merge with a partner anyway, right? It's like about fully merging with your partner.
Exactly.
Why have a boyfriend if you're not going to fully merge with the boyfriend?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that is what you really help people find, because I know that you channel at like a very, very high level. Like you pull in from the highest of spirit guides, and they sort of speak through you. Like you're the vessel, and you're very, very intentional about that. I've noticed your process.
Yeah.
Right. Like everyone in this industry has their process.
Yeah.
And you're very intentional and almost like a checklist in your head that you use.
It is, and it's my cards.
Yeah, in your head.
In my head, yeah.
Right.
So I can, because you don't need all that. Really, a lot of people can just shift.
Yeah.
And hopefully I eventually want to be able to do that. But that's my little mechanism tool to make sure that I let go of ego, to make sure that I let go of, because I can feel it sometimes. Like I can feel it start burning, coming back. It's weird. Like, I can feel myself lowering and start, or fear can sometimes come in. You can feel that very emotionally. You can feel that. So I do try to keep that off of me and away.
Yes.
So that I can be that vessel, because I want to be that instrument to allow that to come through, because it feels really good. I mean, it really does.
When it's freedom, right?
Yeah.
And so I know that in your other life, you're very your brain works very analytical. Right. Very detail oriented.
Yeah, I'm a paralegal. So
yeah. So what do you tell people that are like, no, I just need processes and formulas, but I also want to do this and I'm stuck. Like, I can't believe that because there's no formula and that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like, what do you tell people?
Right. Wow. Well, it depends on what they want. Right. And then there's all kinds of different processes. So I think that if you can tune in and listen, just ask for a process, you're going to get it.
Yeah,
you're going to find it. Right. Because everyone's is so different. So my tools aren't going to help somebody else who is like, okay, that doesn't work for me.
Right.
Like my tools work for me, and they were something that I found through listening and through asking. How do I do this? This is what I want to do. How do I do it? And my spirit led me to it.
So many women like you, they're wanting to make that jump or make that transition from like corporate to like spiritual, right?
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
You're in the process.
I'm in the middle. Yeah.
But I'm seeing it you'll go from like, I know that you use your gifts in your corporate setting, and I tell people all the time, you're going to use those gifts in the corporate setting. You may not say, well, let me pull in my spirit guides. Like, you're not going to tell your boss that, right?
Right.
But you are doing something to know what the next steps are in your job.
Absolutely. I do it all day in my job.
Right.
And I intentionally, when I sit down at my computer, I ask for help to come in. And it's funny because my attorney says, I don't know how you make it look so easy.
Right. Because you use that other side of the brain muscle. Right. You're literally using two sides of the brain.
Yeah.
And that's what you learned when you started your psychic journey right? And so they're like, okay, but you are still healing that industry. Yeah, you're a light worker in that industry.
Yeah.
And people do come up to you, right? Like your coworkers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you have like your little side interesting conversations, right? I'm sure they're just like secretly like it's called like on the sly psychic readings.
Yeah.
So you think my marriage is gonna be okay? They're talking right now.
Right. Some don't like it though. Some hide.
Some hide.
Some won't even look at me.
Really? That's hilarious.
I feel bad. I'm like, I can't read your mind.
We don't care to read their mind,
No,
right?
it's like,
Don't care.
That's a big misconception.
It is.
That is a big misconception. Like if you know a reader or a psychic or a medium, even if you don't, and they cannot walk, they're not going to walk around and read your mind. That doesn't happen.
No.
That's not how it works.
Right. We don't do that. We don't really care what you got on your mind. We don't care what you had for lunch that day.
No.
Right. We don't care what. Yeah. But yeah, I think that you're still healing people out there in like the court. We need that. We need quarter people. We need that. I always tell people it's not a big deal. Don't think you have to choose. It's an and.
Right. Well, when the right opportunity comes, I know it's gonna transition itself.
Right.
Like I don't have to do anything.
No, you don't.
I know that when the right opportunity comes, I'm gonna be swooped right out, and it's gonna be easy. And right now, if I were to quit, it wouldn't be easy. It would give me anxiety. So, quit my day job. So that's why I do that a little bit on the side to keep my muscles going because I don't know what's going to happen, and keep that spirit flowing and keep training and tuning. Because eventually I want to be able to just easily go in and out.
Easily.
Which I've seen a lot of people that can do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just to be that facilitator to allow others to spark and shine, it just gives me so much joy.
Yes, and it's so funny. It's like in any situation, you sort of offer that to people, right?
Yeah.
And so there's many women like you who are doing, you have your paralegal job and you've got the husband and you've got the kid and then you come to this area and you do flow with it all fine. Like you flow with all those different energies fine, right? So when you say to people, they're like, oh, big crowds, I can't do that. Too many energies.
Yeah. Then you're being a little lazy. You're just being a little lazy.
You're being a little bit like, yeah.
And it happens. I mean, I get that too because your energy is low. And that's why you feel that way. I do that too. Because I'll be like, sometimes I think the last psychic fair, I almost didn't want to come. I almost called in.
Right.
Because I hadn't built my strength, my instrument. I hadn't tuned in a couple days. And so my energy was just going on. I'm just going to call in. I don't know if I want to do it. But I came in, had 12 readings, and they were amazing because I was like, all right, I wanted to call in so bad. And I'm like, all right, I'll meditate. Fine.
Right? Yeah,
I'll see before I call in. So I did a meditation. I did like a 15-minute meditation. And I was like, oh my God, I got to go in. So I went in, raised that vibration, went in, had 12 amazing readings. And I don't know what I would have felt. I would have hated to have missed that opportunity for those people to come see me too,
Right, because I do the same thing. Sometimes with the fair, I'll be like, oh my God, I got to take a month off. What am I going to, and then I'll get here and I'll be like, well, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, those are really cool people that I got to talk to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when somebody comes to you to get a reading, and we're not playing Test the Psychic.
No.
What's the proper way to receive?
To receive and be very open.
Right.
I think be very open and, send that, send that love and that intention, set the intention. Today, I'm going to get the best information that I can hold. Right. That I'm allowed, because that's, I think it has a lot to do with healing. It really does. I mean, I feel that anyway.
So I'm not going down there going, I wonder if Cindy can tell me what happened for lunch last Friday.
Right.
Like, that's not what a psychic reading's for, right?
No.
Like, you go in with, like, a subject that you're concerned about.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Because, that's not going to help you at all if I tell you what you had for lunch.
It's not.
What does it matter?
Right. What does it matter? Spirit doesn't care about that.
No. So, right. So it's more of being able to find that freedom, internal freedom.
Find that. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we're going to do another activity if you're ready to do the psychic activity.
Ooh.
We're going to do another activity.
Okay.
Okay, so people that are listening or watching, they have dead people around them too. They have ancestors.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to do this. It's not going to be confirmation. Like, you may get confirmation down the road. Confirmation is just a luxury in the psychic world.
Right.
Right? Confirmation is a
Right.
luxury.
Right.
So just tune into a dead person, see who you get, and just talk.
Okay.
Because the right person's going to hear it.
Right. Right.
I'm holding space.
Okay, so I do get a Danny. About 12. I don't know if this person is passed or still here, but it's just a confirmation of what's going on. So this person named Danny is about 12 years old, funny, but Christmas comes to play too. I don't know if that's with the 12. Well, they're showing me a 12. So, I mean, it could be Christmas or birthday. It could be whatever. I'm thinking the age is around 12, possibly. Gardens or something. They're showing me a huge garden. So there's something to do with gardens. Growing tomatoes. Somebody definitely growing tomatoes. I know this sounds really generic, but it's very specific for the person who is, if we get confirmation on that, that would be great, because that does help.
Right.
But, so in this family, the mother-in-law is struggling with health issues. And the message is that she is going to be fine. Those health issues are going to clear up and she is going to be fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So that's going to go out to the right person at the right time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So thank you for delivering that message of love and light today. And thank you for sharing your story today on our show. And thank you for watching Harnessing Your Divine Feminine. And it is a pleasure always. And if you would like to find Cindy, it's theinnerspace.com, or you can always find her through me at HYDF.online. Bye.
The Harnessing Your Divine Feminine show is produced by 8 Robinsons TV. Subscribe for only $30 per year for access to exclusive and archived content. Visit www.the8ROBINSONS.tv. Thank you for watching.